Hello, hello, hello. I'm Alucard Night Raven. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my next Legacy review. And today I'm looking at Transformers Legacy Autobot Skids. And this is an awesome figure. I love this. I think it is a great representation of Skids. It's got that Honda, what is it? Honda Civic R City. I'm forgetting the full-on name of the vehicle mode. It looks like that from the original toy. Very close. I think the only one that does it a little bit better is the Masterpiece. And honestly, we haven't had since the Masterpiece, well, before the Masterpiece and this one, we have not had a really good representation of Skid since the original G1, honestly. And if you want to see an excellent video about all the different Skids figures that was created before the Masterpiece was even announced, check out Thew Adams. He did a great video about all the different incarnations of Skids before Masterpiece and this one were even known about, and that was like late 2020, early 2021. No, late 2020. It was like mid to late 2020. But do a YouTube search or for Thew Adams Skids video. I definitely recommend it. Great YouTuber creator or YouTube creator. I recommend his channel. Honestly, he's one of him and a few others are like the biggest reasons that I decided that I wanted to do this as well and give my personal take, show some of my older figures that I absolutely love with all of you guys. Also help with any decisions you may have if it's a figure you want. But enough of my ramblings. Let's take a look at Legacy Skids. And again, like I said, this is a great figure. The transformation is not that far off from the Masterpiece, honestly. Like, the Masterpiece has a few more steps, a few more things it does, but it's honestly like not that much different. Like, it's this, I could honestly call a mini Masterpiece of Skids. There's only a few things here and there that feel off, but I don't think it's too bad. But I think it's a great figure. This wave 1 of Legacy, to me personally, I think is doing great. It's hitting everything out of the park. Looking forward to wave 2. I still got a couple of wave 1 figures that I want or need to get or would like to get. But again, let's take a look at Skid. So, again, we have our open window box. I'm going to say it again. I've said it in a few other Legacy videos, a few of the other Legacy videos, that I personally don't think this is a smart idea. And one of the reasons has been shown with the fact that a lot of people in Targets go up to the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Legacy Silver Streak and take off the heads. Or the head just simply pops off and it could drop out, but if the box were to fall over upside down, the head could pop out and boom, you're missing the head. So there's been a lot of those Silver Streaks missing heads because of this open box. It's not a smart idea. I understand saving plastic because of the rising cost of oil and plastic being an oil-based creation, or being oil-based, but still. And then their option of a fully closed box, I don't agree with that either, and it's for the same reasons that a number of other creators and fellow collectors on the TFW 2005 boards and in Facebook Transformers groups have said, and that's for the fact that someone could buy the figure, take it home, take out that figure, throw in whatever to give it that roughly same weight, take it back and return it, and say it's just not what they wanted, and boom, it's back on the shelf, and you're buying it not knowing that it's not that the figure isn't in there. That's the issue with a completely closed box with no window. So honestly, personally, I mean, what they could do is like just enough plastic, like even if like the cardboard cuts across here and we've got a little bit of a window to be able to see inside, just enough. That would be a good idea. Not using so much plastic, so cutting down on the use of plastic, and we don't have that issue of things being popped off like the heads, or being able to sneak and cut the figure out and move it out of the box. Again, don't know what Hasbro is thinking. Or Takara, they're over there. I don't think they have as much of a problem as we do in the States, personally. But that's neither here nor there. I can't guarantee that. I mean, who knows? Could still have some of those issues, but enough on my rant about that. But here we've got Autobot Skids, Transformers Legacy, Deluxe Class, Transformers, Generations, Takara Tomy. Great view of his vehicle mode on the front. Just love that picture art. Excellent view of his robot mode and a close-up of his head. So excellent. We've got our Autobot artwork on the side. And again, I'm hoping that Wave 2 changes the artwork to what's in Wave 2. Because, I mean, you can obviously see these are all Wave 1, except Optimus, is obviously the Earthrise Optimus on that. Or close to the Earthrise Optimus. On the bottom, we've got our barcode, bunch of different words and stuff. On the top, Transformers Legacy, and on the back, we have our product shots. And there is that if you want to use that, because I won't personally use that. I know there will probably be some websites that'll have the information and images that these bring up available to look at there. And that's how I'll view it personally. But yeah, so we can see everything in there. Our warning, don't eat anything in this box. So there is that for that packaging. And let's bring it on to Skids. And now first thing we will look at is he's got some weapons here. So he's got weapons based off his original G1 weapons. We've got this blaster, which looks very nice. And if you have, I think it's compatible with the, oh, I'm forgetting the name of it, the blast effects. There it is. I think this one is compatible. I know this one definitely is compatible. But, yeah. So we've got this weapon right here. Looks very nice. And this, generally they will store it on the side, on this side here. Well, we'll go over that in a bit. Hold on. We've got this dual blaster right here. Looks very nice. Love it. It looks like it's molded in black and then painted silver. So it looks very good. And then we've got his Energon weapon, or Energon based weapon, and it's like an axe, or it could be a gun, or a blaster, whatever you want to call it. And it's alright. I'm not a big fan of that. But now looking at Skids, love that vehicle mode. Like, what is he, a minivan? No. Cargo truck? I can't remember exactly what style vehicle it is. I know it was mainly a vehicle that was released in Japan. I'm sure some people had some imported here because they liked them, but love the paint job going all the way down. So it looks really good. The red and silver. And on the back, it honestly could have used some paint on the taillights, and then maybe some silver for the exhaust pipes. That would have been nice. And this side, same as the other side, got some translucent blue for this window. This is just straight plastic. On the front, translucent blue for this windshield, black painted sunroof or moonroof, whatever. Actually, no, it's kind of hard to tell, but that is actually dark translucent plastic. So not smoky. It's like near black, but that's the sunroof, moonroof. Got some nice details in there. Autobot symbol tampographed on the hood. Silver for the grill with yellow headlights. Looks great. Got some red here. Personally, I think this red would have been better off on the taillights. Because if it's like driving lights or turn signals or whatever, the fronts aren't red. They never are. They never will be. It's not how that works. The rears are red. But looks good. There's the top. There's the bottom. You can see his head just sticking out right there. What's going on, guys? And yeah, it looks good. Rolls very nicely. Really, really smoothly. Especially with the fact that these fronts are like half wheels, and that's because of the way the shoulders end up. But it works very, very nicely. So now for the weapon storage. This one can go on this side. This one on this side. And then the axe up on top. And there he is, all weaponed up. So there you go. There's that. I mean, it works. It's weapon storage. It's even on the box art. But yeah, all in all, it's not too bad. I really do like it. I think it is a great representation of Skids, which he was, for the longest time, he was severely lacking in getting an updated figure. Like, we'd get one every once in a while, and it was okay for the time, but it didn't feel like Skids, honestly, in my opinion. It felt like, a lot of times it felt like it was another character repainted as Skids. So yeah, but let's get into transformation of this fella. So first thing we want to do is fold in the wheels. This is one slight difference. So on the Masterpiece, the wheels go from one side all the way to the other side, but this is like, works just as well for the smaller figure. And we're going to open up the doors. Come on, there we go. So open up the doors, and then we're gonna rotate this around about like that, and then we're gonna untab it from the roof. We'll just leave it like that for a moment. Actually, we can fold these up, and these, it's just this tab is gonna go into that slot right there and hold that in. So then we can split the legs. And now we'll untab the arms, and there's a tab right here that tabs right there on the underside of the arm. Or maybe, I think it's right there. Yeah, it looks like, oh no, I was wrong. It tabs in right there. Then we'll rotate these out just like that. Next thing, we want to bring, first thing we want to rotate this down, and that's gonna soft stoop in, then rotate his legs down, and there is that. Now we can rotate the hood down, and it'll feel like that's the stopping point, but you go once more, and there's that. Now bring this down, rotate, bring the doors in a bit. Now with these arms, we're going to rotate here, bring it down, rotate the rest of the arm forward. So rotate this until we got this part sticking out, rotate that down, and rotate there forward. And finding where these honestly should be at is always not easy either. But there we go. There we have Skids in his robot mode. And he looks good. I like that. That is a great robot mode. Definitely has that G1 Skids vibe. Looks amazing. I know he was barely in the show with like 2 scenes where he talked in 2 different episodes. So a scene and episode, and otherwise he was seen like in the background in a couple of episodes. So such a background character. I can kind of see why he didn't get so much representation. There's a whole bunch of other characters who saw more, but he's not a bad character. It's a good figure. It's a great update. I think it's amazing. I definitely recommend picking this up. But let's take a look. So take a look at the head, and this is the one issue I have is like he's got this big box on the back of his head, but I mean, for transformation purposes, I understand, but it's not too off-putting. It's just feels different. I mean, so the only figure, in my opinion, that did it better is the Masterpiece, and I think the Masterpiece is an excellent representation of G1 Skids as well. And this one, for a cheaper price, just as good. So take a look at that head. Let me raise you up a little bit more. So beautiful baby blue eyes, silver face, that blue helmet, tampographed Autobot symbol there. Got the blue and black, and then the wheels here on his shoulders. So his hands look really good. Got some red there. It would have been nice if this would have been red. I'm kind of surprised it's not, because I think his whole piece here was red, but it's not too off-putting. Some silver for the thighs. Black here. You know, the back of the vehicle is the lower part of his legs. And them red feet that he always had. Yeah, not bad at all. Now, articulation on this guy. Head is on a ball joint. Can spin all the way around. Can look up that far. Down, not so far. Arms can rotate that far up, or like that with this transformation joint, but that should, honestly, personally, I think that should have a stronger thoop point, but it doesn't, which is a bummer. We've got bicep swivel. We've got 90 for the elbow. We do have waist rotation. Whoops. We do have wrist rotation. Should have mentioned that first before moving on. Apologize about that. Let's see, legs can kick forward that far. If we move this a little more out of the way, they can kick back that far. We've got that much. Not a full Van Damme. It stops right there. Got some little bit of thigh swivel, or not, actually more than that. So really good thigh swivel. We've got 90 on the knee, and the feet can't move up or down, but we've got that much ankle pivot. So yeah, not too bad at all. I'll try and get him in a good standing position here. Now his weapons, he can hold his Energon axe. Let me bring it down a little bit for that. So he can hold it like this. Use it as an axe, or he can hold it like this and use it as a blaster. So there is that. And then he can hold this weapon in his hand like that, or if you want, you can plug it in just like on the, similar to the G1 toy and the Masterpiece, you can plug it into his forearms like that with this one and with the dual blaster. And you want to be careful how far you push this in. It can get stuck, and I've heard of people shearing that off inside there. But he can hold it in his hands, and again, it's tight fit. So I've heard it recommended by a few people, and I'm gonna recommend it as well. Like, I do recommend taking a little bit of sandpaper and just thinning that down a little bit. But otherwise, you can plug it in and he can wield it like that or in his hand as well. And the other thing that you can do with these, oh, and when he's holding those, you can plug this in here and just have it sitting on his back like that. But the other thing is you can combine them all. So with this, plug this. You can plug this up here and have it combined like that. But for the full combination of all three, we're gonna plug this in just like that, and then this will plug in top that, and you just adjust it till it's lined up, and there we go. And then he just holds that in his hand like that. So you have options. Options are always nice. It's just nice to have different things you can do with your figure. Add more to the playability and the stuff you want to do with your display with it, with weapons. But me personally, what I do, this one's here, this one is there, and just want to make sure that I'm not in too far. So there's that, and then I plug this onto his back, and there we go. Alright, yeah, see, it's like, I wish these pieces honestly would have better stopping points. Like, the soft thoops just aren't enough to really hold them. So getting them lined up can sometimes be a pain. But there we go. So there we have Transformers Legacy Skids. And great figure. I definitely recommend him, especially, with how little Skids gets figures in any of these lines. Like, I don't think he had anything in the Prime Wars trilogy, honestly. At least I don't remember seeing anything. I was not too heavily into the Prime Wars trilogy, except for a few figures here and there. But I know he's had a representation in Generations, in Alternators and Vinyl Tech. His name being used in offshoots here and there for figures that just had nothing to do with him. So, yeah. So it's great getting a G1 Skids that looks the part. I am very happy with this. I know he's not like the best well-known or overly loved character, but he deserved it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to see the figures that were released with his name or in his color combination, check out Thu's video. I definitely recommend that. But that's going to be it for me. So I highly recommend it. Great representation of Skids. Absolute must, in my opinion. Not saying that that's going to be your opinion. I'm just saying it's my opinion. I hope this video helped you with deciding one way or the other if you're going to add them to your collection or not. So, always happy to help out. But that is going to be it for me. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you all later.